So let's start. Here is DXY. This is a chart that we've been staring at for like a month. I'm just going to read you what I wrote last night. So dollar remains stubbornly up to flat. The psychological situation reminds me of early in the year when the dollar was stubbornly lower for longer despite multiple reversal signals and extreme sentiment. Of course, price eventually resolved higher. So I find myself almost always early when it comes to a turn, which from a trading perspective is just as bad as being, a little bit late, really. And that's from a trading perspective, right? Not from like an investing perspective, but from a trading perspective, like an FX, commodities, and stuff like that. Because in leverage trading, because if you're too early, I mean, you're still losing money, right? You're gonna be stopped out a whole bunch, or just be wrong. So being early is just as bad as being late. And I've been early on this for like a month. However, we haven't. Let's see what happens today. Obviously, we have FOMC today. We've got BOE, ECB, and BOJ tomorrow. So there's a ton going on this week. And then we're getting to kind of the holidays, Christmas and all that, New Year's. And so really the next couple of days kind of, the biggest of what's left. So anyway, here we are, and this is really all I've got to tell you. We're still pressing this level. I mean, the high was 3 weeks ago. These weekly candles up here, the last 3 weeks, to me, man, these look really toppy, right? I mean, spinning tops, dojis, what have you, massive resistance. And then, of course, this week it's been literally straight up. Now, again, we do have Fed. So let's see what happens. This also is a chart. Gosh, this is a beautiful chart. This is a close. This is a chart of closes. So it's a line chart. This is DXY on a closing basis. And, it's important, by the way, I think, to draw, play around, draw trend lines and whatnot off of closing levels along with highs and lows. And, sometimes the market will adhere better to closing levels, actually. So, yeah, here's that same trend line, okay, closing levels that we just looked at in the weekly chart. You can see it's like literally to the tick, the close, right, that we closed at here the other day. So, again, big confluence for resistance. We've got beautiful pitchfork that nailed the low, center line. Here we are at the top. Maybe we spike higher, reverse. I don't know. Let's see what happens again. But, we're there in that kind of in that ballpark. I actually want to see what we're at the right levels, right? I want to see what Google News looks like. Let's go to Google. All right. So we don't really have any crazy headline. We had one like a couple weeks ago. This guy's nuts. Bitcoin, US dollar is going to zero. Okay, zero against what? He realized that Bitcoin's still priced in dollars, right? We don't really have any crazy headlines yet. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we do need a crazy spike or something. We'll see. But regarding headlines, I thought this was interesting. UBS Chief Investment Office stops coverage of dollar Turkish lira. As we all know, the Turkish lira is literally a straight currency crisis. It's been getting absolutely murdered. But this kind of headline is interesting to me from a contrarian standpoint. I am by no means have any desire to wade into Turkish lira at this point. I just wanted to point that out. Okay,